Hey everybody, Andy Stickel here. Hope you're having a good day. I want to talk to you about something really quick. Anyone that's read my book, How to Get More Law Firm Clients Without Losing Time and Money or Getting Screwed by a Marketing Company, has pretty much heard like a broken record that I say create content, create content, create content, create content. But a lot of times people aren't necessarily sure how to create content. So I want to talk to you about something really quick that's going to show you, it's a simple format you can use to create content for literally anything. It's called Hook Story Offer. I didn't make this up, but I use it all the time. And I want to show you real quick, I want to walk you through how to use it. So the first part is the hook. Now, the hook is the thing that's going to grab the reader's or the viewer's attention. So think back to, like, if you ever pay attention to like BuzzFeed, or if you see newspaper headlines, you need that really, really big, like, catchy hook that's going to capture someone's attention. So for example, what I might say is, hey lawyers, do you have an Avo profile? If so, then you're actually hurting your law firm and you don't even know it. You know, so any lawyer that has an Avo profile is going to be like, wait a second, how am I hurting my, you know what I mean? So they're going to want to pay attention to what I have to say. If you're targeting motorcycle riders, you could say, here are 3 ways that car insurance companies try to blame motorcycle riders in every single accident, regardless whose fault it is. And then, you know, so that'll get any motorcycle rider, that'll get their attention really quickly. Another thing you could do is, here are 4 ways car insurance companies will try to trick every car accident victim so that they can pay as little as possible. Anyone who's been in a car accident is probably going to be interested in a title like that. So basically what it is, it's almost this kind of like exaggerated, I hate using the word clickbait, but that's what it is. It's clickbait. And the reason it's clickbait is, and the reason clickbait exists is because they know that you have to have I mean, people's attention spans are so small nowadays. You have to have some sort of big hook that's going to get people in. So that's why you want to start with the hook, and it doesn't have to be long. It's just some sort of big headline that's going to almost shock somebody or really capture their attention. The next thing you're going to want is a very quick intro with credibility, and then you move on to the next thing. Now, you don't want to put too much time into your credibility. I was talking to somebody yesterday about this, and they were saying, well, should I add super lawyers and Avo and Martindale Hubbell and all this other stuff? And the reality is no. You just need enough credibility that people will talk to you. So if you say, I'm going to talk to you about how all motorcycle accidents, what we say? Let's say I'm going to talk to you about 3 ways the insurance companies try to screw every single motorcycle accident. And they say, are you an attorney? You say, no. And they're like, well, what's your credibility? So you need a little bit of credibility. So what I would say, if I was doing the Avo thing, I would say, my name is Andy Stickel, and I'm going to show you exactly how, if you have an Avo profile, you're actually hurting your law firm's website in the Google searches. My name is Andy Stickel, and I've helped thousands of lawyers all over the world get better results with their law firm's marketing. Now, if you have an Avo profile, so you see what I did? I had an intro with credibility. It was a very easy credibility. So then they gave me credibility, and then I moved right on to the next topic. Now, the next topic is the story, and this is the most important part of this entire thing, and it actually should be the easiest, because when you tell a story, people relate to the story much better than they relate to facts and figures. So, for example, if you were to say, in 25% of motorcycle accidents, the car insurance company tries to say that the motorcycle rider assumed the risk assume that danger or assume that risk because of the fact that they were riding a motorcycle. And that's obviously not true. But if you can say, we had a client recently, his name was Bill, and he was riding down the highway, and a car clipped a car tried to, swerve in and out of traffic and clipped him. And Bill flipped over the handlebars of the motorcycle. He broke his arm. He had to miss all kinds of work. And when it came time for the insurance company to pay for the medical bills, they denied the claims. The driver that hit him, their car insurance company denied the claims and tried to say that because Bill was riding a motorcycle, which he is lawfully allowed to do, he's wearing safety gear, he was following the law, but because he was riding a motorcycle, they're trying to say that he assumed that risk and that he is liable, or he is entitled to no coverage of any of his medical bills, which is absolutely absurd. So what we had to do as a law firm is we had to represent him, and we said this is absolutely ridiculous. So we took this matter all the way to trial, and we ended up getting this result and this result and this result. And we put the insurance adjuster on the stand. We did this, and this, and this, and this. And you see how that's a much better story than just 25% of car insurance companies will try to deny your claim if you're a motorcycle rider. So what you try to do is you try to tell a story, you try to make it relatable. Now, you don't have to tell a real story, or you can, it doesn't have, I mean, look, we're not under oath here. You can basically make a story that's interesting. And somebody was telling me the other day that the reason Hollywood has to embellish made-for-TV movies or movies that are based on a true story is because of the fact that real life is kind of boring. So don't be afraid to kind of add some additional facts in there that can be used to prove a point, to serve the benefit of the story. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to make an interesting story that proves a point. Now, at the end, where you want to tie it all together is your offer. Now, your offer can be many different things. Your offer could be a free download. It could be a free cheat sheet, which I'm a big fan of a free cheat sheet. It could be a free consultation. It could be a free strategy session, whatever you want your offer to be. But the key to making the offer is the offer has to be related to the story, and the story kind of has to lead into the offer, but the offer should not sound like you're a lawyer trying to make an offer in the middle of, like those TV commercials that you see between Maury Povich and Jerry Springer at 2:30 in the afternoon. You need to make the offer, and you need to talk, and you need the entire thing and talk like you're actually talking to a friend. If a friend of yours was in a car accident or going through a divorce or arrested for DUI, you wouldn't call your friend and say, "Hey friend, I see that you're having this problem. I see that you have this problem. I saw you got DUI. Call me Friday for a free consultation." You wouldn't say that. You'd say, "Hey, shoot me the car insurance policy information. I'll take a look at it and see what I can do." You want to end it very simply like that. So, for example, with the motorcycle example, what I would do is I would say, "Now listen, if you've been in a motorcycle accident, what you need to do is you need to make sure that your rights are covered. And believe it or not, you will actually have a better chance of getting more money with an attorney, even after even after the contingency fees and all that type of stuff. You'll get more money and a better settlement. You'll get a fair shake if you have an attorney." So, if you have any questions, if you've been in a motorcycle accident, if somebody you know has been in a motorcycle accident, you have any questions whatsoever, shoot me an email, just send me a copy of your policy. We'll hop on the phone for a couple minutes, we'll discuss your case, and I'll evaluate everything for you. I'll let you know what you should do, and if I can't help you, then I will point you in the right direction that, where you can get help. Now, what that is basically a consultation. I mean, that's pretty much what you're gonna do during a consultation anyway, but you're approaching it differently. You're showing value, and you're talking to them not like they are not like they're watching a TV ad, but you're talking to them the way that you would talk to a friend. So, hook, story, offer. That's a really, really solid way to do any type of video marketing. So anytime that you want to create content, like I said, I mean, if you read this book, I don't know if you've had this book or not. If you don't have it, click the link below this and I'll give you a free copy. All you have to do is enter your information, just pay a small shipping and handling fee, and I'll send a copy of this to your book to your front door completely free. But if you're just trying to create content, if you're trying to come up with how to create content, then just think of what's the big claim, and then what's a story from anywhere in my career that I can use to kind of back up this claim or show this point or prove this point that then leads into my offer. And the offer could be a free case consultation. And if it's a consultation, then and I don't like saying consultation. I like saying strategy session. So that's something you could do is strategy session instead of consultation. And another tip when you're doing the strategy session is tell them what they're going to get during the strategy session. You almost want to make it like a stack. If you ever pay attention to anything that like Russell Brunson does or any like perfect webinar stuff, what you see is you always see, and you're going to get this, 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 and it seems like a really good value. So if you say, during this free consultation, I will do this, and I will do, obviously don't go like this, but you say, during this free consultation, so for example, if it's a DUI, for example, you say, during this free consultation, I will evaluate your entire situation. I will let you know I'll personally evaluate your entire situation. I will let you know exactly what the potential outcomes could be, what your potential consequences of this arrest are. I'll let you know exactly how I can help you, if I can help you, and if I can't, then I'll point you in the right direction to somebody that can. Just call me today, I'll give you a free strategy session, and let's get through this together. Something like that's a very easy way to make an offer. So hopefully this was helpful. Hook, story, offer, 3 words, just write them down. Anytime you want to create content, Just I mean, you can really just like one line write out what your hook's going to be, one line write out what your story's going to be, and then make your offer at the end of it. And it works really well because most people just kind of dive right into the offer, and it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that well. The hook gets them. The hook gets them to pay attention. The story makes them emotionally connected, and then the offer is going to kind of drive them home and make them actually take action. So hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you're creating content. Hopefully this inspired you to create content because it's super, super easy to create content. I do it all the time. You don't have to be good on camera. As you can see, I'm clearly not good on camera, but I still do it, and I'm still talking to you. If you want to learn more about creating content, more about marketing your law firm, using kind of some unique methods that not a lot of people talk about, get a copy of my book. Like I said, completely free. Just just click the link included with this video, cover a small shipping and handling fee, and I'll shoot a copy right to your door. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks.